estate market has been a roller coaster this year. We saw prices hitting record highs, inventory at rock bottom lows, but now things are changing. Sales have cooled, inventory is up, and prices are starting to settle down. So the question is this market cooling off for good, or will 2025 bring a fresh wave of demand? The market here has been crazy, and you're probably curious about what we can expect for next year. But first, to know where we're going though, we need to know where we're at. So we'll run through what 2024 as a whole has looked like so far to gauge where our city is headed as we approach 2025. There are some key insights you need to know, and you know what's scary? There's going to be people out there that buy and sell in 2025 without knowing this information. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Dawn. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm all about sharing valuable real estate insights to help you stay informed. If you are enjoying my videos, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. As of November 14th, year-to-date sales reached 24,630, which is down 1.54% from the same time last year. So even though this is signaling a slight cooling in demand, Calgary's market is still very vibrant. Over the past 4 years, sales surged dramatically, peaking in 2022 before easing off in 2023. If trends hold for 2024, we'll see another modest decline. For now though, sales activity is still above long-term trends. 2019 and 2018, where our market was a bit slower, sales were just less than 16,500. Our peak sales were in 2022 at 29,672, and we all know that year would have been absolutely insane, but rising interest rates starting in March impacted affordability and weighed on demand the second half of the year. One thing we've learned from years of data is how much seasonality affects Calgary's market. Sales always taper off in the last couple months of the year, but here's a little thing. In 7 out of the past 10 years, October sales were actually higher than September's. But no October has outperformed November, which means activity dips after November as we head into the new year. One of the biggest changes we've seen this year is the rise in inventory since the ultra low levels we experienced in the spring. Back then, limited supply created fierce competition among buyers, driving up prices to record highs. But since then, new listings have steadily increased, helping to balance the market in those higher price ranges. It's still pretty competitive in the lower entry-level price ranges for each housing segment. I think we will see this trend continue into 2025 too. On the pricing front, the benchmark price for all property types in Calgary is $592,500, which is up 4.5% from October 2023. Detached homes are holding strong at $753,900, while apartments have seen the sharpest price growth with a benchmark price of $341,700, up 11% year over year. We started the year with a total residential benchmark price of $572,300, which was up 10% over the previous year, and we could end the year around $586,500, which is my prediction. We would still be starting 2025 up about 2.5% year over year. Now, stay tuned because I'm going to share where I think prices will land at the end of 2025. Now, I want to preface this next section by saying in no way should you buy or sell a home because someone on the internet told you to, okay? I'm simply saying if you are considering buying, here is when might be a good time. That's up to you to take that information and do with it as you please. I am never trying to convince you to buy or sell. If you are, I'm here to help. For sellers, the point about September, October, and November sales is a critical insight. October is often a month with higher sales and fewer new listings, a prime window if you're looking to sell. Historically, as listings trend downward from September through December, competition, so other listings, decreases, creating a more favorable environment for sellers. We've missed that window now, of course, but next year, if you're considering selling in the fall, sell in October. If you haven't listed by November 1st, I would just hold off until the new year, ideally February if you can. For buyers, late fall and early winter offer fewer options as inventory tends to drop, but this time can come with a bit more negotiating power. Sellers listing in November and December are often doing so because they have to, so they're motivated. This can create opportunities for buyers who are ready to move now rather than waiting for spring. Each year, we see sales peak in typically May or June, which I don't expect anything different for 2025. Those months offer the most sales. That can work both for you or against you as a buyer and seller. I think spring of 2025 is going to be another very busy spring for housing activity. Another factor influencing Calgary's market is the anticipation around interest rates. So far, rate decreases haven't drastically impacted our local market, or really at all, but a lot of buyers are hanging tight, waiting for more rate cuts. Combined with the usual seasonal slowdown, January could bring a fresh uptick in activity. But just how much is the real question. If you're in a position where you need to sell your current home before buying another, it's usually a wash when you're doing them in the same market. However, I believe 2025 could be an excellent year for moving up if the lower end of the market remains competitive and inventory is higher in the upper price ranges. You could find yourself in a strong position to upgrade. That said, the most important thing is to buy when you find the right home. Balanced market conditions like we're seeing now are ideal for both buyers and sellers, but if you're buying and selling, it also requires careful planning. If you haven't sold your home yet, make sure you have a solid strategy in place to avoid taking on too much risk. Work closely with your realtor to ensure you're obviously financially prepared, but that your timeline aligns with market conditions. I've helped many clients navigate these situations and have strategies to make it as smooth as possible, so don't hesitate to reach out if you need any help. As we look ahead, it's clear that Calgary's market is finding its balance, but it would be premature to call it a cool down. Now, I've went back and forth on this as new data presents itself, but I think it's always important to relay what we're seeing at the time because things can change pretty quickly in the market. I expect home prices in Calgary to stabilize over the coming months with a slight increase. I think we could end 2025 with a price increase of 1% year over year. Strong population growth and the potential for easing interest rates in 2025 could very well reignite demand, especially in the spring. I think we could see similar home price patterns from 2024 in 2025 as well, where prices rise until summer and then taper off. The question here is how much inventory are we going to see hit the market, because that could be the tipping point. Now, with 1.2 million mortgages coming up for renewal in 2025 and 2026, and even with the rates coming down, their interest rates and mortgage payments will still be higher, and this creates some risk. There will likely be some people forced to sell, adding to supply levels. While it's true that Calgary remains relatively affordable compared to other major cities, it is important to look at the bigger picture. Yes, our home prices are still more accessible than in markets like Vancouver or Toronto, but we're also seeing signs of overvaluation in our local market. Prices here have outpaced what would typically be supported by Calgary's employment conditions and economic fundamentals, suggesting that demand is being influenced by other factors, which we know is limited supply and high migration levels. This creates this unique situation where affordability remains relative, but caution is warranted when we're considering long-term sustainability. Do I think we're in a bubble? No. So what does this mean for you? For sellers, patience might pay off, especially if you're planning to list in 2025. It might take a little bit longer to sell. With demand likely to pick up in the spring, waiting could position you for a stronger market. For buyers, current conditions offer a unique chance to find the right home with less competition. But you'll want to act before the market heats up, again, if you're in the market. It's a good opportunity to chat with a mortgage broker about variable rate options until rates come down a bit, giving you the chance to get in the market sooner. At this point, You might be curious to learn more about what's happening in Calgary's real estate market. I just posted a video for Calgary's latest market stats breakdown where I take an even closer look at all the trends. You can go check it out. You can book a call with me or find my guides in the links below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.